Okay. Hey guys. I clean this damn house. It's a mess here. I'm such a nerd. My house is a wreck, you guys. So I'm trying to clean the kitchen and get motivated to do it. It has just been a shit show. Spit it out, classy bitch. That was what makes you constipated. See, look. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm spitting out the caca. Okay. Back in my day, you guys, when I was a little hoochie mama, I was about 120 pounds dripping wet. Big old boobies. And I would get out there and and I used to shut the club down, you guys. Like, I'm talking 5 o'clock in the morning, right? And one night, story time, here we go. One night, we were going to this club called Club 5101. Okay, a real poppin' spot in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And every night when we would go to the club, me and my girls would go to the liquor store. Hold on. We would go to the liquor store. Wait. Alright. Sorry about that. That shit's nasty. Okay. So. And you can see, like, I just took my medicine. I'm not high. I'm just regular. And to be honest with you, like, when I wake up in the morning, you guys, and it's time for me to take my medicine, I don't feel like I need it, but I know I should take it, because if I don't, I'll start feeling funny, you know? So, story time. Back in the day, I was probably like 20. I wasn't even 21 yet, you guys. And me and my girls, it was me, Jessica, Sonia, and Miranda. Miranda was this tall white girl. I'm talking like Amazon woman, okay? So tall and pretty. Big old boobies, big old booty. And I was like, you know, short little Mexican girl. And then Jessica was a short little Mexican girl. And Sonia was like, she looked so exotic. She was like Chinese and Mexican mixed with long raven black hair. I mean, raven black. And the way we would dress when we went to the club is we would get on those like really tight black pants, you know, that kind of like booted out at the bottom, belled out at the bottom a little bit. And we always wore these crop tops that were like I had this one that was like a butterfly, and it just was shaped like a butterfly. And it had sequins all over it, and all it did was tie in the back with strings. Y'all, I'm telling you, I was like, I was out there with them boys like, hey. But, and I could dance really good, because when I was in high school, I was a cheerleader, and I was on the dance team. So we would go to the liquor store, and we would get a pint of VSOP a piece, okay, which is just like brandy. And I'm sorry if this triggers anybody that's alcoholic. Yes. Oh my God, yes. Okay, so we would get the VSOP, and we would get a Mountain Dew, and we would each down a pint and then slug the Mountain Dew afterward. And when we would go into the bar, you guys, to dance, we would dance all night long, and we would be so fucking drunk. I I don't know how I didn't die so many times from alcohol poisoning. But that night that we were leaving the club, I remember I got pissed and I kicked the door, and it was a glass door, and the whole thing shattered. I thought, hell, I'm going to jail tonight. So we took off running. And the kind of girls that I hung out with, like, we wouldn't mess around. We were skirting out of there. I was like, get in the car, skirt! So we would just, I mean, I'm hanging out the passenger door while Sonia is driving my car. You know, because I'm like, they're going to call the police. I'm going to jail tonight. I'm going to jail tonight. And, it wouldn't have been my first time to go to jail on a public intox. And it probably wouldn't be my last, you know. But, shoot. Those were the days when, you know, when going to the club and dancing all night long was like what we did, you know. I mean, that's what we would do. So, here's the plan for today. I'm not going to go to work because, well, I have to get ready to go out of town to my parents' house, which is cool. I think Thursday when I come back from my parents, I'll probably go to my stores and set them up, make them look nice for Black Friday. Hey, Chrissy. So, because what I do is I work for a big card company, and we like do merchandising and stuff like that. So we set up all the displays and make everything look real pretty and nice. So, yeah, I just thought I would come on and talk with you guys while I clean the house. I got to do all these dishes. I got to clean the kitchen up, wipe down the walls, you know, stuff like that. And I thought I would talk to you guys while I was doing it. So, you guys, I'm swearing to, I'm not going back on Facebook. This morning I woke up to nothing but drama. So, and it wasn't anything that I did, but, okay, so I have made a truce with some people that they thought I was after them. I'm just going to tell you who they are. It's this lady named Callie and her husband, Tim, and they run a school called the Addiction Academy. And what they do is they teach people on how to become recovery coaches. And, hey, Ann. Hey, Anna. So, at first, what I thought they were doing was, like, ripping people off. But what I've learned is that they're not. They are not. They're actually, I mean, you can actually get a position as a recovery coach. Only they call it a recovery specialist. Peer recovery specialist. So, anyway, long story short, me and them, we talked. They explained everything to me. And I think Callie is a really nice lady. And I know her husband, he's a recovering drug addict like we are. And he's really cool. He's like we are, and he just wants to stick up for his wife, which, you know what, I find it kind of pretty fucking admirable. You know, like, my man, my husband, he would do the same thing. He would stick up for me. So people are just going around and bashing this woman, y'all, like making like memes of her face that are talking. I mean, just mean shit. And it's not like to help anybody either. Like, they're just doing mean-hearted shit. You know, so it would be different if they were like asking questions or trying to figure out, like I was. That's all I was trying to do, was find out the information, because that's what I do. Like, I'm never gonna go around and like post things to make fun of somebody. That's not how I roll. But that's what these other people are doing. And I woke up this morning and Tim had tagged me in a post and sticking up for his wife, you know, and I got on there and I said it. I said, you know, I talked to Callie and Tim, and if you guys need to talk to them, reach out to them. They will explain what their job is all about and how it works. Classy bitch. Hey, Phil, look me up. Nicole DeMayo. D as in dog, E as in Edward, M as in Mary, E as in Edward, O. And it's a picture of my little face when I was 5 years old. So, anyway, I feel really bad for their family because nobody deserves to get their face plastered all over the internet and made fun of. That's just not right. I don't believe in doing that kind of stuff. I think that's cyberbullying, you know? Can you imagine if somebody was taking my videos and like chopping them and making my mouth say different things? That's what these people are doing. And that's fucked up. Hey, Phil. I'm so glad you came back, bud. Okay, D is in dog. E is in Edward. M is in Mary. E is in Edward. O. Okay, Phil, listen to me. Is it Tylenol PM that you take? Because I know how addicting that can be. I used to do the same thing. I would take handfuls of Tylenol PM to go to sleep at night. And my body became dependent on them. And I almost couldn't sleep without them. So you can do it. Okay, stay in the meeting with us then. Hey, Christy, good morning, babe. How are you doing? So if you're thinking about using right now, stay in the meeting with us. We'll all talk, and I'm going to clean up the kitchen. So, Phil, when do you find that you're triggered the most? Is it in the morning when you wake up? Is it in the night when you're going to sleep? Tell us about it. Okay. Okay, girl. Hey, Nick, what's up? So I find that whenever I am triggered or I kind of like have that desire to use is when I'm like going through something stressful. Oh, mercy. Y'all, hold on. Okay. Okay, is when I find like I'm going through something stressful. That I do not know why you guys fake having a cough so I could get codeine cough syrup. Christy, I did the same thing too. Or have you ever done this? Like if you have, like my son hasn't been like that, but I used to live with a family who had younger children and their kids would get that good cough syrup and I would take it. Drink it all, you know, and that's what we do when we're addicted. We don't care if it's like somebody who really needs its medication. We're going to take it. You know, did you guys see that comment? Does this happen in the mornings and late at night when I go live? It's like the crazies come out. Phil, I have to be honest with you. When you were talking about being addicted to Tylenol, I thought this dude's he is clowning me. He's trying to troll me. It is, Jamie. 2 days. Good grief. Popping in nonstop. Oh, is she popping in because she's worried about you? Jason, that's going to happen. And she's going to be doing that a lot because she's worried. You got to understand that our parents, they don't get it. And they like, I know for me when I got sober, like my parents lived in New York when I first got sober. Because they left because my dad was going to have a heart attack, you guys, because me and my sisters were so bad that and listen, this is where you have to take time to set up those healthy boundaries and say, Mom, I know you're worried about me, but I need some time just in the mornings. Let me get myself together. Don't be coming in, popping your head in, you know, and let her know that I'm doing good. I'm still sober. I mean, she knows you all are. Y'all been snowed in for days. So I didn't have to go through that, though, because my parents were in New York, so they didn't, like, come around, you know? That's right, they do. You can't be sober. Okay. would pull his teeth out and go to the ER for pain pills. Really? Oh, I have a story. Yeah, and you know what? It's because early in the morning, you just got up and you're like, ugh, you know what I mean? Well, here's the deal. So, I don't know what's going on, you guys, but that Nick guy seems to want to like troll over here on my channel. And so, I don't know if you guys just saw that comment, but I would let him be over here on the channel and be a part of the group if he would just be respectful, you know? But I can't let people come in here and be like, you're not sober because you're on Suboxone. It's like, dude, don't come over here then, you know? Like, it's your choice if you want to be a part of this group and if you want to engage in what we're talking about. But if you can't be respectful, then you can't stay over here, okay? But anyway, I am open to multiple pathways to recovery, and I know you guys know that. If you are a straight up AAer and you don't take any medications and you can stay sober, I support that. If you have to be on medically assisted treatment and stay sober that way, I support that. If you have to smoke ganja to stay sober, I support that. If you take kratom, I support that. Okay? I have seen so many people go out and die and relapse because people pressure them into fitting into one mold, one box. There is no one size fits all sobriety, okay? What works for me might not work for you, and you don't have to agree with it, but you're not going to come over on my channel and talk shit. So if you want to be a part of this group, you can be. But don't be coming over here talking crazy. If you don't agree with Suboxone or maintenance medication, that is fine. But you're not going to come over here and just talk shit about my recovery. You know what I mean? That's not what we do here. We help each other. We support each other. I want everyone to recover. I don't care what you have to do to stay sober. I don't care if you have to go out to a tree every morning, do a headstand, okay? Then drop down into the middle splits and clap that ass to stay sober. I don't know why it's so hard for people to accept multiple pathways to recovery. I don't understand why it's so hard to understand that not everyone is going to recover through the 12 steps. Not everybody is going to recover through church. Not everybody is going to recover through God. Okay, guys? There's only one judge, and that is my higher power, Jesus Christ. If that's not your higher power, though, I can get down with that. I can support you, and I respect that. Do I think that I need to smoke pot to stay sober? No, but I do take Suboxone, and I will continue to take Suboxone until I feel comfortable enough to jump off, if I ever do. Okay? Butterfly Beauty, I think that is so awesome. And that's why I open up my page or this channel to all support, all recoveries, you guys, because I want there to be people in the room who can say, okay, Jason's going cold turkey. He needs support from somebody that's done that before. Butterfly Beauty's done that before. Okay, Jamie, she's on medically assisted treatment. She needs support. I'm on medically assisted treatment. I can support her with that. Okay? That's why I support multiple pathways, you guys. And you know what? Listen to me, babe. It's going to happen, but I have a friend who is actually Jewish, like old school Jewish. And is it where you wear the hat on your head right here? I'm sorry. I'm so ignorant. and they practice their religion like the way they did back in the day. And he came out about his alcoholism. Okay, and they didn't disown him though, but he's an alcoholic and he admitted it, to his family. But he's sober and staying on track. So he's a real big 12-step AA guy. And his family supports him. And I think that's awesome. Listen to me. What you got to do, Phil, is show your family that you're trying to change and be different and that you're going to stay sober. And then they'll come back around. Oh my God. Okay, Jesse, do you want to be on this page? Because you are more than welcome to be over here if you would like to be. But we're not going to go back and forth with you, okay, hon? Jamie, what? Jesse, why? Why, Nick? Hey, listen, okay, I don't know why you're trolling so hard over here, but y'all don't... Oh. Okay. Y'all, I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with that Nick guy, but he's been trolling this channel hard for a while now. And it's okay to be on this channel, but I'm not going to let you be over here trolling, okay? I love Nikki. She is so awesome. Okay, so Jamie, what do you do? Let's get back to this conversation. Jamie says, but now I'm in really deep. I just found my hubby in the restroom using meth. What should I do? Well, Jamie, this is what you need to do. You need to stay on this live stream with us. Okay? There's nothing you can do. You cannot go in there and rip the meth out of his hands. You cannot go in there and beat him up because that's only going to make the situation worse. Go out of that room and go to your room and shut the door. Go into your room and be alone. Shut the door. Don't let him in where you're at. Okay? You don't need to be around that. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is serious stuff, you guys. This is serious stuff. And we don't have time for people to be coming over here trolling. Okay? Jamie has got a life situation going on here. Okay? Okay, so let's get back on track and focus. So, Jamie, this is what I would do, girl. If you've got somebody if your husband's using right now in your house, all you can do is get away from him and lock yourself away in the room. Do not go and confront him. Do not go and try to fight him or kick him out. Because if he is on methamphetamine, then he is loaded. Like, you know what I mean? And I know because I used to do it. When you're on meth, you can lift a fucking Mack truck. That's how strong you are. So, and if he just now ingested it or whatever he did, then he's going to be up for the next 3 days. So you need to make a decision. Is there somewhere you can go, or can you ask him to go stay at a friend's house? Oh, Bobby, I am not lying to you. It is the truth. I have seen men on methamphetamine, pick up and like demolish police officers that were trying to stop them and stuff. Okay, is he asleep or is he still awake? This is a crisis situation. You may need to find somewhere else till he comes down. Yeah, I mean, or if he can go to a friend's house, if he will do that. But it's so hard because he's asleep. Good. Girl, well then you just let him sleep this shit off. Okay? And when he wakes up in 3 days, you talk to him about it. And let him know. Say, listen, husband, I love you. And if you are struggling and you want to get sober, I can help you get help. But I'm telling you right now, Jamie, with that going on in your house, girl, it's going to be really difficult for you, okay? Like if that was happening here, it would tempt me so much because I want to be skinny, and doing meth makes me lose weight, and it's just like those triggers, you know? This is what happens in real life, you guys, though. When we love an addict, these things happen. There's always the chance that our addicted loved one could relapse or, you know, doesn't want to get sober like we do. You know, and then what are we going to do? How are we going to help them? Yeah, beautiful butterfly. It doesn't work for everybody. And that's the thing, like, I have with Suboxone, it helps with opiates. But if he's on meth, then he's not going to get sober. Like, Suboxone will do nothing for him, you know what I mean? Unless he's an opiate addict also. What it does is it attaches itself to the opioid receptors and opens them up halfway. Therefore, only allowing, you're still getting an opioid to your brain, to that receptor, but you're not getting the euphoria because it's only a partial agonist. It's not opening it up all the way to where you'll get high. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's all science. And I'm not good at it. Jamie, I am so sorry this happened, but I don't know why he started again. I can't deal with this again, and I have 3 kids and nowhere to go. You let him sleep right now, Jamie, but we need to talk to him when he wakes up. And you got to talk with him, baby. Yeah, I'm on 8, girl. 8 milligrams. Which is just it's 1 strip. Now, the highest you can go is 4 strips, which is 32 milligrams. That's how high, that's the highest amount a doctor can prescribe. He'll wake up. It'll take a couple days, though, because he stayed up all night, probably for days. And with like, when I first started on the Suboxone, doctor, I was on 12 milligrams. But then I balanced it, and, like, I used to go back between 12-8, 12-8. But either way, they're both about the same. Wow. Oh, you live in Portsmouth, Ohio, Anna? I didn't know that. When we have someone, you guys, who's using that we live with, the main thing to do is to protect yourself and protect your recovery, okay? I mean, if you have to be on the phone with somebody 24/7 to stay sober, then you do it. Because if you use, then your kids aren't going to have nobody, okay? If you use, then the whole thing's going to go to shit. So you got to stay straight, girl. You can do it. And that's what I always think to myself. I think, you know, I got to stay straight for my family. And I know, like, with what that one guy said, that he does, that some people might think, oh, well, you're not sober because you're on Suboxone. You guys, I'm telling you right now, I used to say the same thing about people on Suboxone before I got on it, because I thought that they were, like, getting high. But I'm telling you right now, I don't feel anything from my Suboxone. And if people want to say that I'm not sober, you know, that's their opinion. But I feel sober. You know, I feel great. Oh, now he started changing. Oh, I used to do that same thing. I used to I would literally get a knife and cut open stuffed animals and think there was stuff inside of them. Yeah, go ahead, girl. You can ask me anything you want to ask me. I'm an open book. I'm transparent about my recovery, so I don't mind you asking any questions. Because I understand. I used to think the same way because I was. Okay, so when I first got on Suboxone, no, I did not nod out. When I first got on it, I had been sober for 30 days. I was in treatment for 30 days, and when I came out, my son was in custody of DHS, okay? And so when I got out, I was freaking out. I was like, I want to get high, okay? And so I knew that if I went out and used dope, I would lose my son forever. And me and my husband were both trying to get sober, and he had already gone and got put on this medication, got put on Suboxone, okay? And so when he picked me up from rehab, he said, you know, I got put on Suboxone and I think you should try it, because I had never tried it before. So I said, I was pissed. I was mad at him. I said all the things people say to me. You're just trying to replace one drug with the other. You're just trading addictions. You're just trying to get high still. Until I prayed and I thought about it long and hard, and I knew with my past record of relapse and relapse and relapse, I was afraid that if I relapsed, I would lose my son. So I went and got put on Suboxone, and I haven't looked back since. And I didn't nod off from it, though, at all. At all. But I also didn't start out on 20 milligrams. You know, I'm literally on one strip a day, which for somebody who was shooting up Roxy is not a lot. Like, I could probably go up if I wanted to, you know. I just didn't want to chance it, you guys. And if I relapsed, because my son was in the custody of the state, they would take my son and they would terminate my rights. And I didn't know what else to do, because I had tried to stay sober through AA and NA. And all the story times I tell you guys about when I got sponsors and I would relapse and I would go out of the halfway house, those are all times that I was trying to do it abstinence. Those are all those times. And I would relapse. For 10 years, I was in and out of AA, relapsing. And some people might say, well, you weren't ready then. Now you're ready. Well, I don't know, you know, because I went and got put on Suboxone. So I could have been ready, and I might not have relapsed. But the chances were that I relapsed before, and I knew from my past experience what I do. So I chose to get put on a medication that would almost guarantee that I couldn't go do that. So that's my story, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that my story, I didn't just like, I think a lot of people, and it's really sad that we have to like clear this up and tell people like, no, I got put on this medication because I didn't know any other way, you know. And a lot of people think, because I do know that there are people out there who get put on the medication and they abuse it, or they take it between relapsing and getting high on other drugs, you know. But the hopes of the program, yeah, and Butterfly Beauty, I've done all those things too. Now I have I changed everything in my life. Exactly, Classy Bitch. They did. They made the medication, and that's what my psychologist said. He said, you're a perfect candidate for this medication. You know, it's designed for people like you. So I'll never know, you know, if I could have stayed sober this time without it, because I just didn't go that way. But I'm going to try eventually to come off, and we will try it. And if I don't succeed, I'll get back on it. You know, I can't beat myself up today about those things, you guys, because I have a son, and I don't want to die, and I don't want to leave him. You understand? So I just have to do what's best for me and my son, because it's not about me anymore. It's not about me. And that's the thing, like, it used to just be about me, you know. If I didn't have a son, I could risk trying it, you know, without, yeah, and that's what, well, and my doctor is amazing. Like, I could start a taper anytime I wanted to, you guys, because I've been on this medication long enough that they know that I'm not relapsing. I've never failed a drug test ever. So I just haven't made that choice yet, you know. Right, it doesn't. But you know, I think that's because Jamie, or who said that? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, Anna. Listen, Jamie, when I've been in that situation, and I literally was like, give me some, and then I was like, no, and then I was like, give me some, and I was like, no. That's totally normal. Because we're addicts, you guys. Like, that's like what we're going to do is want to use. Okay. Whew. Okay, y'all. Well, listen up. I'm going to get off here. I'm lollygagging. I'm going to finish up this kitchen. Tonight at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to have a meeting if you guys would like to join. I'm going to start this one out a little bit different. I'm going to read out an excerpt out of the big book, and we're going to talk about that. And then, you know, so you'll see. I think you guys will like it. But that's 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll put a reminder up on here so y'all see it. But I hope everybody has a good day. Thank you for being part of my group and helping me stay sober one day at a time. I want you guys all to know that whatever you choose, however you choose to stay sober, whatever your method is, that I support it and I'm proud of you. And I think you're doing a great job. Girl, but Butterfly Beauty, I support multiple pathways. I love AA, girl. It is what saved my life. The steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, I work those. I have a sponsor. I just am on Suboxone too. So it took me putting that program and the MAP program together, and that's what's been working for me, you know? So if we can all just remember that different things work for different people, and that's okay. That doesn't make it wrong. You know what I mean? I used to think I had to convince people I was sober. I had to talk them into believing that I was sober. And now I'm just like, you know what? It's okay. If you don't want, if you don't feel like that, but come over here, be a part of the group. Let's have some sobriety support, and yeah. So anyway, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.